Hi everybody, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Heather.
And welcome to our new season. This is we're on at a new time and a new place.
Well, not a new place. We're in the same place. We're
True.
Just a new time,
you might be in a different place. We are here on Tuesday night and it's kind of our new thing.
Yes.
At any moment I might be called away and Katie will come in and jump in while we do our show. But I'm on call with my job right now, and we're just gonna roll with it and see what happens, okay?
You have to make it shorter.
Sure.
Hi, Preview Mom, the twins.
Hi there. We are doing.
Mary.
I gotta do some computer stuff,
Okay.
so you say hi to people.
I will. As they come in, I'll say hi to them. So
You'll say hi to them, and I'll tell you that we are talking about. Opening topic is what is your favorite?
Mom.
What is your favorite charity? What charity do you guys go? What is your go-to charity? If you're gonna donate clothes, if you're gonna donate money, what is your go-to charity? So that's our opening. That's what we want to talk about this morning.
Hi, Adeline. Hi, PNC Atkinson. And I missed somebody. Somebody else came on, and I missed them. Who was it?
Rosalie, Baker Mom.
Yes. Danny said that
Mary.
she really enjoyed Katie's sewing video.
You look radiant.
I look radiant?
Yes, she does.
I do.
I've always thought
You know
that.
what? I got some new, hair care products, and, my hair is, 1,000,000 times better than what it's ever been. So, it's awesome.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So, we're talking about charities. We're talking about what are your go-to charities. Heather, what would you say are some of yours that that's the one you go to?
Well, I know, the one around here is Target Dayton.
Uh-huh.
So that's one that helps people who are homeless get back on their feet. It gives them job training.
Mm-hmm.
It helps them find their some housing and stuff like that. So that's the one around here and the church that we go to has worked with them in the past, and they're just some really amazing people. Probably the one that, if I'm going to donate stuff to the most would probably be the Salvation Army. I prefer them over Goodwill.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I think that from what I understand, and I may be wrong in this, that there's a little bit more of a corporate part to Goodwill, where it's not so much with the Salvation Army. The other one that I really actually like, though, too, is, and we buy stuff from there, is the Habitat for Humanity store.
Oh, okay.
I think that that's a really, really cool charity. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Did you fix it?
I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure out some computer issues because we've got a slightly different
Mary
setup.
Cleveland says where the Lord leads. Yeah, and that too. It doesn't have to be a specific thing, like a specific place. If the Lord leads you to give, then give. I remember one time, the Lord was telling my dad that this guy that he worked with that, needed some help, and my dad wound up giving him a car that was, one that it wasn't brand new or anything, but it was better than no car. So,
yeah.
And my dad was always really good at that, kind of hearing God and discerning that.
Yeah.
And that was something. Back-to-back ministries. That's good. A good one was it Matthew. Yeah. What is it, Mom? Matthew 15.
5.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
We shop at Goodwill. It's our nearest Salvation Army store closed. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I don't know. For some reason, I just like the Salvation Army store better.
There's a lot of other charities that Matthew 25. Thank you.
Matthew 25. Yeah. Okay.
There are a lot of other charities. You got to be aware of the scam charities. There's a lot of junk going around right now. Like in Dayton recently, they busted an entire ring of scam charities, and so they were all based on giving to veterans, and it's great to give to our veterans. I think those are great charities, and you've got to discern what those are. But be careful before you spend a dime make sure you know that the money you're giving is going to go where you think it's going to go.
Yeah.
I had a great experience out on the road a couple of days ago.
Hold on. I wanted to say hello to Patty, a pioneer soul. She says she finally gets to catch us live.
Hey!
And we haven't seen her. She was on here like in the beginning when we started, and we haven't been able to see her a lot come on. And
Wonderful,
so,
blessed life is here.
Yay!
Awesome to see you. Cool.
Teen Challenge stores, yes. The Teen Challenge Ministries is a good one,
I don't think I've ever been to that.
There's not a store around here. There was one in Maryland that I went to, but
the Restore.
Yeah, the Habitat
for Humanity. That's an awesome place.
One's a good one, yeah.
We bought our ceiling fan from there. It was $15 and it works like a charm.
Yep.
It really does well. I have a few skills in that area and put up my own ceiling fan that we bought right there.
Down.
It did. None of them have fallen down. Which one?
When we lived in your grandparents' house and you put that ceiling. Oh no, that one was already up.
Yeah.
And we turned it on one day and it fell down on our bed. Thank God it was going on high too. So thank God we weren't in it.
I did not break it.
You did not break that one. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
All right. So anyway, back to great charities. So
hi, Allie.
When you guys find a charity, be careful. If they are one that might have a little bit of if you're not sure where the money goes, make sure you check it out really well. And there are a lot of great new charities coming up, but be sure that you know which one you're given to.
Yeah.
There's some good ones out there. Anyway, I had an experience on the road the other day.
Yes.
There was a guy riding a hog. Not an actual pig.
Did he know that you're not allowed to ride pigs in Dayton?
It wasn't an actual
so
hog. It was a motorcycle. And he had this huge, he had a t-shirt on it with huge letters, Vietnam veteran, and then the organization that he represented. And no, you're not late, Donna Terry, you're right on time.
Donna.
I rolled down my window and I just shouted out the window, "Thank you for your service!" And the guy looks over at me like I'm nuts. He goes, "What'd you say?" I said, "Thank you for your service." He goes, "You are welcome, my friend." And he drives off. And I'll tell you, if you don't give back anything because of whatever situation you're in, at least go up to a veteran and thank them for their service. Yeah. That means so much to them. And it's the least we can do. Yeah. So
I tell my kids that, when you see somebody in uniform or you see somebody who has a veteran's hat on or something like that, it's to thank them for what they've done. Because a lot of times now, if they're a veteran and they're older, you're looking at Korea and Vietnam. And, I had two uncles that were actually I had three uncles that were in Vietnam. And it's like, now people start to thank them for their service, but they weren't thanked a whole lot when they came home.
I think the dog needs to go out, you guys.
We were at the Gun and Knife show. We had a Thrive booth there, and we were right next to the veterans, the VA people. And,
Lone Star Living, how are you?
And my son walked over and just said, "Thank you," and I was so proud of him. I was just very proud of him because he understands that their freedom is not free, and that these men, even though they came home, that they still paid a price when they were where they were at.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So charities is kind of what we're starting out with, and we'll move on to other things. But there are great charities that are attached to the churches that you go to. There are great churches. There are great churches doing great things for homeless or for the underprivileged or for whoever. And I would just encourage you guys to think about what is the charity that is your go-to charity. I don't know that I have one per se, except I would say I would like to support food banks. I like to support the Habitat for Humanity. But we're having our eyes opened by some other great charities, and we'll talk about some resources for how you can find a great charity to support and some of the work that they're doing.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Hold on just a second. It says, Rosalie said, I lost my two uncles recently. They served in World War II. They were both 89 years old when they passed. Patty from Pioneer Soul said, my grandfather was a Pearl Harbor survivor.
Wow.
And he never talked about it.
Yeah.
My grandfather was a World War II vet, and he rarely talked about, I remember him talking about something one time with my brother, and he cried. And so I'm not going to tell the story because it makes me cry too.
Yeah.
But I do remember him telling me that he was 17 when he joined, and he wanted to be a paratrooper until they took them up on the tower to train them to be a paratrooper, and then he realized he was deathly afraid of heights.
That's right.
And so he became an infantryman, and he was a sharpshooter in the infantry. That's all he ever really talked about. So.
Yeah. And I think that there's
Donna says hospice.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've worked with hospice for many different occasions on very, very different reasons, all different kinds of things. My uncle was in hospice. I've had other family members that have worked with hospice, and of course I work closely with hospice nurses now in the job that I do now. So hospice is an important thing. So charity.
I was going to just
Go
say,
ahead.
tell them why this charity is on your mind.
I'm sorry.
Tell them about the show you were watching.
Oh, I will. I'm going to get to that. That's later in the show.
That's later. This was
gonna
really cool.
We're going to do research. We're going to give you
Ramona.
resources.
Hi, thinking of others.
We're going to try to give you guys resources that we use, so that the hopes that you'll share some of your resources. And what that means is when you guys find a charity, you'll put it in the comments below. And whatever you like to watch, whatever you like to give to, whatever charity you support, you'll share it down below, and we can all kind of community and bring these resources together.
Yes.
So here at the end, if I don't get bumped because of work, I'm on call right now. So I don't know if you know what that means, but if I get a call, I gotta go, and Katie's gonna take over for me. So
and I don't know what we're gonna do because.
Well, we have a list, so we're gonna stick to the list. It's funny, the list is partially blank. It's partially blank. We're on the new time, and we're going. Okay, we're gonna do this a different way.
Well,
than
and I
maybe
just
we've done
got
in the
home
past.
too because I took Max to his job to help set up stuff at a church, and so I just got back. So I'm like,
So anyway, why don't you give us a little bit of a garden update? Because there are some things going on out in the garden that maybe I don't understand some of the stuff going on out there. Talk about the tomatoes, because I don't get it.
The tomatoes are, well, I think next year maybe we're going to go to steaks because my tomato plants are 6 foot tall.
We're going to grow steaks? That'll be awesome.
That'll be awesome.
Like New York strip steaks?
Cow trees.
Or ribeye steaks?
I'm going to stake the tomatoes.
Hey, Brad Tolby.
But they're like 6 feet
How
tall,
are ya?
and there is not a tomato cage in the world that can contain them. I mean,
they're
they
growing
are
up
just,
the porch.
Yeah, they're growing up the porch because they're finding something to climb up.
Why are they turning, like some of the leaves, not all of them, they're still producing fruit. Why are they turning brown?
I'm not sure. I think that, naturally, like some plants, the leaves will, and it's the leaves at the bottom will start to turn brown, and then they'll stay green at the top. And I think it's that part's done and it's moving up. But, some of it got like a mildew on it. So, and there was one of them I actually had to pull the plant because it was just not looking good. But for the most part, they're doing really well. I mean, they're producing and they're doing really great.
You cooked some sauce recently.
Yeah, I made some sauce in the stuff that I made last night, the rigatoni that I made last night. I used tomato sauce that I had made out of my tomatoes, and I found that my hand cranked food mill that I clamped to the table does not do tomatoes well.
Oh, really?
Like I actually got the part that presses everything out almost got stuck and I couldn't get it out.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna have to rethink that. But so.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Yes.
I have bamboo steaks for you. I just saw a comment saying I use bamboo steaks. John, our friend, gave us bamboo steaks.
Oh, nice.
Tomato steaks. I forgot to tell my wife that. And we got a new, gently used wheelbarrow.
Nice.
So we're
compost.
We're being blessed right and left.
Yeah. So my tomatoes are doing fantastic. And so here's what I've learned, because I'm always learning. Because when I stop learning, then I'm either lazy or dead.
Yeah.
But if you're planting in straw bales, which we did, and our straw bales were actually like 2 years old, so they're already starting to compost down anyway. Cucumbers do fantastic at it. I mean, fantastic. My cucumbers are going gangbusters. I have got cucumbers all over the place, little tiny ones. I've got blossoms. They are doing fantastic. My tomato plants that I have planted out there are doing really great. Peppers, not so much. They're turning yellow and they're producing stuff, but not a lot. So my plan for next year is to move the peppers into the front flower bed and maybe do more tomatoes back here where the sun does hit. So that's my herbs are doing fantastic. I've got parsley coming out my ears.
Parsley's been off the hook.
Yeah,
now.
the thyme, the rosemary, the sage, all of that is doing great. His horseradish is about 3.5 feet tall.
Oh, it's gotten loopy now.
Yeah, and then it's sent off little shooters.
Yeah,
so,
that's good. We want that because it grows for next year.
We cut our kale down and we're letting it come back because we've had another round of like cabbage moths.
Yeah.
And just in the time like where I haven't been able to go out and do anything because it's been raining the past couple days, they've eaten it.
Yeah.
So we just cut it back, put it in the compost pile, and then we're kind of just letting it come back.
We've added comfrey. We harvested all of our comfrey and we added that with the messed up kale.
Yeah.
We've added all of that to our
Compost
pile.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm telling you, Old Alabama Gardener is amazing and gives us lots of feedback on that.
Yeah.
I mean, he talks about comfrey all the time, and he has a whole series of comfrey videos, and it's amazing. So check it out.
Ramona says she uses old pantyhose to tie up her tomato stakes, which
That makes sense.
is smart because I used loose zip ties, and still even then it wanted to break, so there wasn't the stretch there.
You got to dry the parsley.
Yeah.
You're going to have to dry
I'm going to have to dry the parsley,
Yep.
And I'm going to probably do that in the oven, set it on a really low setting, and do it that way.
Happen. Now, Katie's working on a project, you know. Katie is on the thing. Hey, Kate, she's drying herbs.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's going well, right?
Yeah, she's got them
It's
all.
pretty
They're
awesome.
all hanging on our. You can take the.
I was hoping Katie would get it.
Yeah.
Katie, grab some of your herbs there and bring them over here.
But
she's hanging them up in our pantry, and we can just kind of see that right there.
My oregano right here is kind of
small. Small.
No.
It keeps falling out.
That's Max.
That's Max. He's finishing up his school.
Yeah. And so anyway, that's where she's hanging out all of the dried goods.
Yeah, so we have sage, parsley, comfrey, oregano, thyme, and that's it.
Rosemary.
And rosemary.
What's that one farthest over there?
That's the comfrey.
That's comfrey? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
because you wanted to make a salve out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I want to make a knee salve, and I think it's going to work too. I think it'll be great. My knees
Okay,
always have
so
trouble.
Arms Family Homestead has a video about making tomato cages
Yeah.
with contractor mesh and
Yeah,
metal
okay.
stakes. Look up his video. Works great. Tall and sturdy. That would make sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Because right now, I mean, I have ones that are sturdier ones, but they can't handle the weight of these. I've just got freakishly large tomato plants.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is my squash plants were doing great. My squash and zucchini, and they've gotten a
They're sick.
a mildew, and like all the leaves have died on it.
Yeah.
So, and it was over there where the rabbits were, and I planted it there because I thought the rabbit manure would be good for them, but
It's not helping.
no, I've gotten like 2 squashes off of it, and the plants have completely died.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, who knew? Because squashes are typically healthy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my achas
Cha-cha.
are doing wonderful, and I've even got little blooms. Now I'm hoping I'm going to get some fruit off of them before it gets too cold because I
Yeah.
may have planted them too late.
Yeah.
But so I'm just
No, comfrey is not an herb, but we're using it we're going to break it up and we're going to make a salve out of it.
Comfrey is.
We're not going to put
I'm
it on
not
food
sure what
necessarily.
It is. It's like you wouldn't eat it.
You could use it
but
as a tea.
It's like it's more used for like medicinal
Hi, Amy
purposes.
T.
So
Yeah.
hi Amy T.
Yeah, so I mean, comfrey has a ton of medicinal purposes. and
Yeah.
that's when you dry it, like we're drying it.
Yeah.
You can turn it into a salve. You can turn it into a tea. You
A
can make a
poultice.
boat. No, just kidding. You
Yeah,
can't make a boat.
can't make a boat. But
Anyway.
a poultice, but it has like it's. I guess he calls it also bone knit plant, and like it helps with like if you've got a really bad bruise or if you've like especially.
I wonder how that'll work on my knee.
Like if you've like broken a toe or something like that. A lot of times, like even like your little toe, because they can't really, you know, splint your little toe.
Yeah.
You know, that'll help. It's supposed to help the bone actually knit back together faster.
That's right.
So.
So
horse manure seems like the best fertilizer to use.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. Who do we know that has horse manure and lives in Ohio?
Don Terry, yes.
Oh, that's right.
We just have to figure out a way of getting it.
We have no way of getting it.
Because I'm not putting it in the back of my SUV.
We
That's
put a
just
lot of
gross.
things in the back of the Durango.
Yes.
But we have not done that.
Yeah.
That's a step in the wrong direction if I want to be a good husband.
Now, I've had some incredible. Donna said that Worms got her purple Cherokees. I haven't had problems with worms, like the hornworms, the tomato plants. I did have one get one of my, some kind of worm get one of my Amish paste tomatoes. But my Cherokee tomatoes have been like this big, and they are, Katie was eating them like apples. So
Yeah.
I was like, you need to stop.
I
Because
peaceful
everybody else
inspirations.
gets some too. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
so,
So garden wise,
yeah.
we've had some successes.
Yeah, and
the cucumbers are still going.
Yes, and I planted, like, for fall, the only thing that I can plant now that I just got it in was radishes and spinach. It's the only seeds that I had of any fall crop that I could plant. But daggone it, I have put chicken wire around those raised beds, and the stupid squirrels are still getting into it, and I don't know how. And I'm like, ugh.
I just think that's, I think that those particular beds are right next to that, well, one of them is right next to a fence with bigger holes.
Yeah,
and so they
maybe
can get in
that's-
and out of that.
yeah.
And I don't know why they're not messing
Some
with
of them are growing, so I might get some, but we'll just see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a marijuana plant. No, no. So in the garden, there's some other things that are kind of hiding in there, less obvious, but they've been producing pretty well. Like the mint.
Yes,
There's a chocolate mint
I
out there.
planted a chocolate mint plant. Lemon balm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just reading. Sorry. There's a lemon balm, you said. There's also sage.
Ramona, we're finding that out. Squirrels can get into anything. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
One of
annoying.
them stole one of my peppers that was in one of the hay bales that was surrounded by chicken wire. Like that one's done really well, and somehow it got it.
Yep. Have your red peppers changed yet?
I picked one, and then they ate the other one.
Did we eat it?
We
Where's
used
the
it.
red
We
pepper?
used it in our salsa, I think, that we made. So
You mean the red pepper
yeah,
in the salsa?
yeah.
Dang.
I only got one.
I wanted
I
that
only got
sauteed
two.
on a. I wanted to saute that in a omelet.
Oh well, sorry.
You
No.
Can I have the next one?
I want
That
a
was-
chocolate
you
mint
noticed
plant
you didn't
where-
answer that
yes,
question?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Peaceful Inspiration says, I want a chocolate mint plant. Where did you get the seeds? I actually bought the plant.
Yeah.
I bought the plant at a local grocery store when they were putting all of their
Right.
plants on sale at the end of the season.
Yep.
So, and I
Absolutely.
put it in an area where we have problems with that stupid stinkweed growing.
Yep.
And I did that because I want it to overtake over there.
Yep.
With mint, you have to make sure that you have it in a place that you want it to just go crazy because mint takes over everything. So she's the loudest eater ever.
I'm glad she's eating.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay,
But yeah, I bought mine at Meijer, which is
Yeah.
a grocery store around here. I don't know like
What
what
you
part of
got?
the country you're from, but check out Baker Creek.
Mm-hmm.
They may have a chocolate
Hi,
mint
Laura.
plant seed, so I would check them out because if you're looking for something that's like an heirloom or
Yeah.
something different, a lot of times they'll have that.
Now we're headed towards the fall season, and with all of the things that we want to do, there's some things that we just can't do because it's the end of the season almost. We would like to get some of this stuff that's dying, get it out of there, and replant some kale everywhere.
Okay.
He went from not liking kale at all to being this kale monster.
Yes, he's the kale monster.
I don't think that's a problem. I really don't. I think that's a success. And you know what we might do is Rural King does this thing where they sell kale and it's got a rainbow. It's kind of I don't know what it's called.
It's purple kale.
Purple kale.
Yeah.
But it looks like a rainbow. It's kind of green and purple and it's got all its colors. I say we buy about 10 of those plants and plant them in that area that's not growing anything.
See what it does.
That the squirrels keep getting.
Yeah.
Because the worst it's going to happen is it's all going to decay and make that soil better.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and I mean we're watching amazing things happen.
Heather Bauer, you're right. I keep finding walnuts on our driveway, just regular black walnuts. So somewhere around here, there's a walnut tree.
Yes.
And I keep finding acorns too. And our neighbors next door, they keep eating the squirrels.
Yeah, that's a problem.
And they're lovely people, but I hate the squirrels.
Yeah, the neighbors will keep the squirrels go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a we could do that with those beds for the winter.
Yeah.
And grow some stuff. Well, how do you feel like we did with the garlic that we let grow?
For what it was, which was, it was stuff from the grocery store that had sprouted. I didn't buy garlic sets. It was just
old stuff.
Old stuff from the grocery store. It did all right. And I still have more out there because I told the boys, I said, break these cloves apart and plant them. And what they did is they just threw the whole big bunch in the dirt.
Yeah.
So I still have more out there.
Yep.
Our onions did not do well because of where they were. I think they need a lot of sunlight. And when they were in the front flower bed, they kept getting trampled by people going in picking tomatoes or any squirrel that went in there to whatever.
Yeah.
And when I had them in the back, they didn't have enough sunlight. So
I can't help but think maybe onions are tricky.
Well, maybe, but I remember my grandpa grew onions every year, and they were like that.
Well,
so
we have not solved the problem.
He was the bomb diggity when it came to gardening. So
he was. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get that figured out. We'll plant something good.
Yeah.
I don't know what. And I'm thinking maybe the next year potatoes are in order.
We'll have to figure that out.
We can do it.
How to do it on a small scale because potatoes have to be hilled. And they need a lot of light
and
too.
we can hill stuff.
Yeah.
We know how to do this with
We
dirt.
have to get more dirt though. We don't have enough good dirt.
We're building.
Yeah.
We're building dirt.
Yeah.
We've got a compost pile that's killing it. And all of that compost goes into our dirt this year.
Yeah.
It goes into our garden.
Rosalie said I used to put up old pie tins and pots and the swinging and the shining of them would scare the critters.
That's
I remember
a smart
my grandpa
idea
used to do that. Like the old aluminum foil pie tins.
Yeah.
He would do that. So I guess I kind of stay away from that because we are on a corner lot and we're already a little weird in the neighborhood because we got all these
We're not the weirdest ones.
Vegetable plants now when I start hanging my pots
We're not
and pans
the weird
outside.
ones. I'm telling you, I've seen the people that walk by. Some are great, some are awesome neighbors.
Some are
we
crazy.
love them. Others try to bite their own face.
Yeah.
So
the guy that tried to sell you his clothes. That was fun.
Yeah, and the guy that continually asks me for 50 cents every time he walks by.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have 50 cents.
We don't carry change on us.
Anyway, so the garden has some real potential, and we're still learning what grows where in our house.
See, Heather, I have blackberry plants. You have blackberry plants. I don't. Not here. We don't.
But we have had mulberry success.
We have had mulberry success.
And not in our yard.
For them at the park.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
And I made...
I still can't get enough of that.
We
went to...
I made mulberry jam out of them.
We went to a park nearby and foraged at least 20 pounds.
Probably, yeah.
20 pounds of mulberries.
Yep.
And then Heather food milled them and processed them and froze some and did all this stuff.
Yeah.
We had syrup, which I love. That
on ice cream. And it's funny, though, because when you cook mulberries, there is a... And this is going to sound horrible. There is a point when they first start breaking down that they smell like a fart.
They smell terrible.
They smell like eggs. They have a sulfur smell too. But once it gets past that point, because everybody walked into the kitchen going,
"What's that smell?
Who was that? Did someone crop dust you, Mom?"
Yeah, that's
like,
not right.
No.
That's not right at all.
But once it got past that, It had a very blueberry, blackberry smell to them, and and the mulberries themselves don't have a ton of flavor, but once you cook them down,
I think they do. I think they have like a blueberry kind of flavor.
It's like a muted
blueberry
flavor. It's not as potent as a blueberry is.
Yeah, but it's still very good.
But when you cook them down, they have an incredible flavor. And I never knew that. You know, I always stayed away from mulberries because somebody told me that they had worms in them, and that's why I never...
Well, they taste mighty good.
Yes.
I like worms.
Just protein.
That's right. Okay. So anyway, let's talk about. We talked about the garden. Let's talk about the kitchen. What's new in the kitchen? You've put out some videos.
Yes.
What are the videos that you put out?
Okay, so we did the freezer meal video, which was last week, where I did. There was kind of a 2-day thing where I did freezer meals. And then yesterday I put out, or no, it was today. I'm sorry. It was today. I put out, it was a sausage and 4 cheese ravioli bake. Rigatoni. Sorry, rigatoni bake.
Excuse me, this just in. Heather made rigatoni.
Yes.
Sorry.
So that was really good. And so I've been trying to do more freezer meals because our time is now, we're a little more scattered.
Yeah.
So like Monday nights the boys have Boy Scouts, Tuesday nights I have to take Max to his job, Wednesday nights
busy.
The 2 older boys have youth group, and then starting in about 2 weeks, Miles will be going too, because he'll be going to the children's ministry at church on Wednesday nights, and then Sundays Katie has youth group for high school. So we're kind of going, and then Kevin is on call most every night except for Sunday.
That changes.
Yeah,
it varies.
It varies. But, so I trying to get everybody to sit down and have dinner together, and it's getting harder. But we appreciate that time because
we're not giving up on it either.
We are ones that firmly believe in sitting down together and having a meal instead of sitting in front of the TV and doing it. But, you know, so that's why I'm doing the freezer meals, is so that I'm not spending a ton of time cooking. I've already got that done. I'll do that on a day where I know that he's not going to be here a lot. And so that's what I've been doing. And we did like 2 or 3 Cookie Friday videos in a row. And we can't do those every week because they just make us fat. So we have to, I told a friend of mine who she runs the middle school ministry at the church that we're at. I said, maybe I just need to videotape Cookie Friday on a Tuesday and then just release it on a Friday and then send all the cookies with my boys when they go to the middle school stuff.
Yeah.
So they're not sitting around here. But so right now I don't know what I have planned next. I think I'm gonna do a bacon tortellini dish.
Yeah.
And then I'm also looking at chicken cordon bleu, but in like a casserole form instead of all of the work of flattening out the chicken and rolling it up and coating it in there. Because I've done that before and it's good, but it is. I did it when I had less children, and I didn't homeschool.
Well, I think the other option for us too is to have you cook and slave over a hot stove, and with the rhythms of our life, it is just not going to happen like that.
Yeah,
it's just not going to do that.
Well, and it's been nice too because the kids have been so willing to jump in and help me. Like Katie will come and say, "Hey, Mom, is there anything?" As I'm like grading stuff, is there anything that you want me to pull out for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
You know, Max, when we did the freezer meals, he asked, "Can I help do this?" And Katie asked, and you know, the one that the video I put up today, all the kids were asking if they could help.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with that. Sometimes it's a little chaotic, and sometimes you can't hear what's going on in the video, but because they're all like, so
yeah.
But so yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So now I have to refine my rhythm as the school year started, because we did start school. And so that's why I haven't put out quite as many videos. And you'll see, like, there'll be an ebb and flow in the videos that I do, and it just kind of depends on where our life is right now. And also, there's an ebb and flow on when we respond back to any comments on the video. Because, again, there's that. And I feel bad about it sometimes, but then I'm like, you know what? I got to get
this is our life.
Our house in order and our family in order. And this kind of stuff, can wait right now. So I am in the throes of our second week of school. We just started.
And you're doing great.
Yeah, we're doing good.
It's going well.
I think the system that I've got going is doing good.
It'll help you.
Yeah.
It'll help you. Oh my goodness.
You know,
if you guys didn't see it, she did a video on how she's organizing our kids' homeschool this year. And I think a lot of you, if you're considering homeschooling your kids, and this is a good segue, by the way, we're going to go from Goin Batty Kitchen into homeschooling. If you're considering homeschooling your kids, this is a great video for you to watch because it'll show you how to stay organized amidst all of the chaos of what papers do I save, what papers do I don't save, how do I document it. There is still, even 3 years into this, there's still a small fear that creeps in and says, oh, no, you're going to get caught and in trouble and you're doing something wrong. And it's that little stupid voice that isn't even, it isn't even relevant because it has no foundation. So these videos that Heather's making can help you and helped her get organized on the side of it so that when you do need to show people, hey, this is what you're doing for homeschooling, it's easy to find. It's not a last minute dash of freaking out.
Hi, Mike. We just had Mike join us. So
awesome. Hi, Mike. So I think that's the value of your videos is that they help you think it through and talk it through.
They do. But
they help others who are thinking about doing this.
I need to sometimes verbally process and I sit there and I think, if I'm struggling with
Don't
this,
we all?
Somebody else has got to be struggling with it too.
Sure.
And so my way may not be the best way, but it's what works. And I do have to give props because I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe the whole 3-ring binder for each kid, that came from Krista over at the Big Family Homestead. Because I remember her showing me something like that.
Yeah.
And so I kind of borrowed that from her because she was showing me how she did it, and I'm like, that makes sense. What I'm doing doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And so props to her because that was something that, and I think it was from her. She'll correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, when you have 4 kids that you're homeschooling, it becomes more of a management issue as well as a teaching issue because you're not just helping them through their curriculum and teaching them how to investigate it. You're also managing all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that gets them figured out and approved and all that.
So I have to laugh at this comment.
Rosalie. Yeah.
Where she's like, Heather is the organization queen. Honey, am I the organization queen?
I love you, honey.
Organization does not come natural to me.
I think you're the most beautiful thing in the world, sweetheart.
I am... by personality type, when I think of organized people, I think of like that type A personality where everything is organized and everything is in place and everything is stop.
The seat's getting hot.
I'm not a type A personality. I'm like more of a type.
Am I a type A personality?
You can be a little more that way.
Who knew?
I'm a more type Z personality.
Well,
okay, well that works.
Whatever.
But it's funny. I don't like to make the plan myself, but I do like following somebody else's plan because his ideas are actually way more thought out sometimes than mine are. And I will sit down with him, like when we did the video where you saw us with the whiteboard and we did scope and sequence, and I had people ask me like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just do that in your planner? Because I needed to talk it out with him so that he could help me see how to take this big mess that was 4 kids' curriculums and narrow it down to this. And so that's why I did that, because by nature, I'm not
Right.
super organized. I have my little idiosyncrasies and my things that I like done the way that I like them done.
Right.
But when it comes to organization, that is his cup of tea and not really mine.
Drew
I
B,
like to take his plan and run with it.
True B, our kids did go to public school for a short time, and then we moved into homeschooling.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing: not all of my plans work, and the video that we made and we talked about on camera of making the calendar. Not all of that got used.
Bye, Christy.
Not all of that got used because it wasn't necessarily relevant to what we're doing this year. But there was one piece that we every once in a while refer to, and it's kind of why I wrote it where I wrote it. But right above our whiteboard, I wrote the seasons. I wrote fall, winter, spring, and summer because those are the seasons.
Are the quarters that we
those
have.
are the quarters that we're using because that's what she's required to turn in, and it helps. Organize everything. Yeah. There's no new idea. It's just grabbing ideas from people who have some wisdom.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So the homeschool has been going really well. We do not have necessarily all the computers that we need, but we're doing better.
We're doing good. I mean,
we bought a Chromebook, which I can't say enough about. These little guys right here are amazing. They're easy to use.
And I have one. I have a Chromebook.
It's not quite. Yeah, we probably could use a few more. Quite frankly.
We have a laptop that's older, which works
It's
and it
cumbersome.
does what it does.
Yeah.
And then Katie is at Kevin's office computer downstairs, which actually I think works for her because it's quieter down there.
Yeah. But that's kind of on its last leg too.
So we're just,
we're praying around. What do we need to do, and what's the next computer? And I think we do need something that can do something a little stronger. But
for right now, we have works.
Again, the Chromebook, I can't say enough good things about it. It's inexpensive, it's easy to use. And it's very portable. Where you get some of these things that they're $1,000 a shot, and if you drop it by one mistake, you're done.
This one seems less prone to like viruses. And like malware and stuff that.
I forgot what I was
because nothing is saved on it, so everything is kind of up in the cloud. So we're doing so like my kids when they write a paper, they do it on Google Docs.
Yeah.
So it's just emailed to me, and then I will print it off, and I will have a hard copy of what they did.
Google Docs is huge because you can access their stuff and they can access yours.
Well, and Google Docs is also it saves all my photos, and I'm finding that it actually has more space than Dropbox does.
Mm-hmm.
So any pictures I take of their work is saved on there, and I have each kid has a folder and
it's a very useful tool
in Google Docs. So yeah.
All right, so let's go back for a second. We are in a new season of life where I'm not working for a church anymore, and I am, I'm on a part-time. I will put a link for the Chromebook down below. It'll be through our Amazon affiliate link, and we will get that to you, and I'll put it on our Goin Batty Facebook page. So look for that over the next couple hours as we
that smells good.
Press
Kate.
on.
Can you smell that? She put that's the
I can't smell
that's
it,
the thyme. It smells. Yeah, it smells a little bit like chicken soup. So
Show them.
She pulled all the thyme, the dried thyme off, and now she's putting it in a old spice container that we cleaned out and let dry. So.
Yep. Very good idea.
Save those. They're good for something.
Yeah, and remark them because...
Well, and you know what they're also good for, too? Is like you can put Diet Tenacious Earth in one of those and shake it over your plants.
Oh, that's a good idea. We need to do that.
Yeah, I would use the big one, though, that you use for the Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So anyway, we're in a new season of life where, I'm not working full-time for a church. I'm working part-time at a location and trying to run a business. Mm-hmm. And that business is Goin Batty Thrive Life, and we're Thrive Life consultants. And so I wanted to encourage you guys that, the freezer meals that Heather makes, they are a combination of Thrive Life ingredients. They're a combination of fresh ingredients. But if you're a busy person on the go, this is something to look at. Now, commercial is over. Our new and there's a link if you want it. Our new experience in life has been reacclimating ourselves to church.
Yes.
And I know that sounds ridiculous. It's not any church. This is what we've considered our home church.
Even when we didn't live here, it was our home church because it's the church that Kevin worked at for 12 years.
There's a lot of people that there's a lot of people that come around us, and I don't know where you come from, and with 40 different people watching this video and more to even watch it, I'm not going to try to plug any particular church except to say, regardless of where your experience has been, that can be a very difficult thing. It can be very hard to plug into a church, and I'm finding it interestingly a challenge sometimes to plug into a community of people. Now, whatever faith you are, whatever community you're in, do your best to plug into that community. And here's some online helps.
Hold on, let me answer a question real quick. Ramona, yes, they do have high protein foods. They have chicken, have beef, they have pork, they have beans. So there are high protein food there. Okay, go ahead.
So it's having a community. When you can't have a community and you're disconnected. We've run into a lot of people on YouTube who are just disconnected for multiple reasons. Disability, whatever, location.
Yeah. They've been hurt by the church before.
That's why we created some of the things that we've created, like this YouTube channel, where we can have community together and talk and you can see our family. That hair is driving you crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got.
But
no, there's.
Here's what I would say.
Sorry.
If you want even more community around the Goin Batty channel, there is Goin Batty Thrive Life. There is just Goin Batty, and those are Facebook pages that you guys can come on to and have interactions. There's also the Goin Batty Devo page, which is more of a faith-based page where we share prayer concerns and we talk back and forth about things that are going on, God's doing in our life. And so I'd encourage you guys to check that out as well. This community, this Goin Batty community, has blossomed into something that we weren't anticipating.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to make empty promises, but what I would suggest is if you're not a part of a community of believers in like a local church, first of all, consider plugging into one. Because I know it's hard, and I know it's scary, and I know it's frustrating, and there's all of this baggage we carry with it, right? Maybe just try that again. And maybe there's a different community out there that they'd be a part of. But if that's not working for you, be a part of the Goin Batty stuff, right? Because we've got some great people. Susan Newman, we've got PNC Atkinson. I mean, these guys are spiritually on target and running with their faith. Sharon Burke.
Another one.
There's many. We're gonna forget. Let's stop because we're just gonna forget.
Well, I'm just
so
thinking
many
about people who I know Susan right now is consistently posting on Thursdays. She's doing a Bible study.
Yeah.
And Sharon has posted things every once in a while when the Spirit leads her.
Well, and we don't. I'm sorry.
You know, and Crystal and Patrick, they have their own Facebook thing, but she is constantly, whenever we are on there, she is on there
Instagram too.
Yeah, and she has a great perspective on just on life in general and her walk with God and stuff like that. So
right now, as goofy as this may sound, we're not planning a Goin Batty meetup. We've agreed that is something that isn't in our comfort zone necessarily. We are praying about it though, and that's not sometimes that's the Christian version of no. Well, I'm praying about it, but thing. No. Can
I just share my heart with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is not the meetup thing is not him. That is actually me. I really struggle in groups of people. Yeah. And it's nothing against you guys. It really isn't. But when there are groups of people, I really that's hard for me.
Yeah.
Now meeting you one-on-one, that's a totally different thing. I do much better that way. But
smaller groups are probably more better. Realistic. Yeah.
And so the hesitation is not on Kevin's part. That's actually my part. And when I'm able to get over that,
baby steps.
Yeah, it's baby steps. What was it? What about Bob? Baby steps to the elevator.
Yeah.
Baby steps to the elevator.
Yeah, and we don't want to. Also, we don't want to ignore other faiths and other belief systems. This is just our world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And this is how we do it. I hear you, Heather. Large groups make me want to become invisible.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. You know, when and I love them. The Big Family Homestead meetup, it was great meeting people there, but there were times I had to walk away because there were so many people, and I was just like, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
And that's my baggage. That's not anybody else's. That is my craziness and my weirdness. So please don't be offended.
We're taking baby steps, and the beauty of our channel is there's not going to be thousands of people there. There's not even going to be 50 there. There might be 10. And so, if we went to Australia, now that in Australia and New Zealand, apparently there's thousands, just tons of you. Not kidding. But
people there, or just to see us, because there's
we'll go
more
there
than
to see
thousands
them.
of people in Australia.
No, watch the channel.
Okay.
Watch the channel. Okay.
I think we have 3, honey.
Feels like more. It feels like a lot. Plus 1 guaranteed 11. Hey, all right, cool. That's funny. So just know our hearts on that what we're doing.
Kenny, honey, can you do me a favor? That sun is right in my eyes. Can you hang the blanket up? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's.
Are you doing the?
On my hands.
Oh, she's doing the sage.
Oh, sage advice from a sage.
She's
dirt
crumbling
girl.
up the sage and putting it in a container.
All right, so let's table that for a little while. Check out the Goin Batty Thrive Life page, the Goin Batty regular page, and you have to be invited to the Devo page. It's a private page. You can ask to be
part of it.
Ask to be a part of it, but we're keeping a certain amount of privacy to that because there are prayer concerns there that we don't want people to blow off. We want people to actually pray for and take seriously and not gossip.
We don't let people in that we've never seen in any of our chats.
Yeah, and there are people who want to use that information in a negative way. Yeah. So we're guarded of that, and maybe we'll have a more public Devo page at some point. I don't know, but for now, this is what we're doing. And of course, you can always email us at info.goinbatty@gmail.com to get more information on all the stuff that we're talking about. So I was sitting here thinking a few days ago, what if we had a technology part of our show? Where we talk about...
it's all you, because I don't know nothing about no technology.
You have some technological skills.
I do not.
But what if we had a little segment about technology, such as, hey, what's a good, cheap way to get on the internet, like a Chromebook? What is a good way... I was watching Out of Goshen, and let me tell you, if you haven't watched Out of Goshen, you got to go watch Out of Goshen. These guys are amazing. They're on a journey. They're in New York City right now. Yeah. They are in the city.
He's pretty tech savvy.
And he's pretty smart. He is a smart dude.
He's a smart dude.
I would say that he has some great tech ideas. Obviously, Brad from Big Family Homestead is tech beyond belief. But maybe we should just give a little bit of tech help when we come on and do a little bit with our iPhone or with a camera or something techie and just help people a little bit. I don't know what that might look like, but there's a lot of homesteading tech out there. Believe it or not, if you're a homesteader, there's a ton of apps for you to help you keep track of how many eggs your chicken lays, to what's the best soil to garden in. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. And apps like Mother Earth News, and so maybe there's a little technology help that we can bring to the table. I don't have anything planned for tonight, but I will tell you that technologically speaking, there's a next level thing getting ready to happen. You can feel it. It's not just another iPhone. There's another technology jump. We've got cars that don't need keys anymore.
Or drivers.
Well, they need drivers.
Which, that's scary.
They're
driverless cars now.
I know, but they haven't been used.
Yeah.
They're not proven.
Well,
they're not,
no, they use.
They're killing people. They wrecked into people. So we're not gonna put our eggs in that basket.
Well, I know, but they kept wrecking airplanes too, and they, finally figured that one out.
Well, or maybe they didn't.
I don't know.
Anyway, Internet of Things, 4G and 5G. That's right. Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's Apple TV and there's Google Chrome and there's a bunch of videos that a bunch of information that we can bring to you about those things. There's here's one thing. All right, so we made a deal with our kids and said, hey, if you want a tablet, you can get one, but it's going to be the cheap one, and it's the Fire. The Amazon Fire, $50, guys. Yay! She's clapping for $50. Oh no, it's imaginary fly.
There was a gnat or something that flew right by my face.
So I mean, technology like this is very inexpensive, and we're watching our live stream on it right now. And with the comments, see how we did that. So, I've got some teaching to do my daughter as well. But hi, April. But there's simple technology that you can use, and you can go and be on any platform that you want to be on. You can be on any social media you want to be on. You can do Word document, Word.
You're so funny.
Yeah, she's right. Anyway, I'm beating a dead horse, but you guys know what I'm saying.
It looks like styrofoam.
It does, but that's what rough stage looks like.
There's also some amazing cameras out there. Hi, Two Family Homestead. How are you? Sitting in the back row. That's awesome. Two Family Homestead, you should never be in the back row. You got to come up here.
Well, unless they're the fun kind of back row people, the ones that
poke each other while we're talking and make fun of our haircuts.
When you were in school and all of the cool people sat in the back row, maybe that's what they are.
That's probably true.
They're the cool people, back row people.
My hubby's car automatically slows down on its own if it thinks you're getting too close, or steers if it thinks you might move too close to the edge of your lane. It's super weird.
Oh, that is weird.
That is weird. Wow. All right, Amy T. And you guys are in Australia.
Yeah, she's in Australia.
That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, just in case you don't know it, we have a P.O. Box now, and we love getting mail. P.O. Box.
Snail mail.
P.O. Box 20063, Dayton, Ohio 45420.
You know what? You remember when you were a kid? Well, some people do.
I remember when I was a kid.
When it was like you got a birthday card or just a letter in the mail, or when my kids were real little, I'd let them open the junk mail and say it was for was for them. They could have
occupant.
it, and they were like, "Yay!" It's just fun getting letters from people.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. And our daughter actually writes someone down in Texas all the time.
Yep. All
right, here we go. There you go. That's our new P.O. Box. Yep. In case it doesn't make it down into the comments anywhere.
Yeah.
Now you know. That's where we take mail. Starts trying to stuff a koala in a post box.
Oh, well, make sure you poke holes in the box first.
I'd love a koala.
That would be
Send it on up.
Does it chase away squirrels?
And will it be alive when it gets here?
Because I want to get along with dogs. It doesn't have to get along with the cat, but
if it's not alive when it comes, then we don't have to worry about any of this stuff.
Well, then he's compost.
Yeah, then he's compost. Thanks for contributing. Thanks for contributing to our compost. I don't know what it'll bring, but there you go.
Our
truck got vandalized. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. All right. Our truck got vandalized, so we have a rental that starts with a push button. Ooh, yep. I'm sorry it got vandalized. Did you wave back to us as we passed through Dayton last week? No.
They were in Missouri.
I know. They went to Doug and Stacy's off-grid conference,
with their
which I wish we would have been
with their new camper.
I know.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Kevin has camper envy.
I do. I have real camper envy.
Oh, okay. Well.
Who's in your family has the next birthday? Oh boy, yeah.
I do.
Everybody.
I do.
Everybody's coming.
So.
Just get ready.
Yeah, we have 2 in September, 2 in October, 1 in December, and then 1 in February.
Okay, so Wonderful Blessed Life says, so excited hubby and I get to go away for a night with no kids for the first time since our honeymoon.
Woohoo! Good for you, because
you deserve it.
Yes.
Well, even if you don't deserve it.
Yeah,
good
you
job.
still deserve it. Good
Yeah.
for you, because that is, I mean, oh my gosh. When you have, because she has, you have 4 children, right? I think she has 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And that period of time, and then when you can finally go with your husband and you're like, yes!
They have 5. Amy,
Yeah.
don't go to jail for exporting native wildlife.
Oh, no, don't do
But
that.
it would probably be a bit mad if it did make it. Yes, I bet it would probably be
We'd
angry.
have to open it. We'd have to like cover ourselves in bubble wrap and open it with a
No.
stick.
Here's what we do. We'll just get the dog cage back out, and we'll shove Miles in there and have him open it.
That's mean. That's awful. No.
Well, Miles can tear that thing up. He's a tough kid.
He is, but that's just me.
All right, we won't do
Have
that.
to fix a koala.
Yeah. So, all right. That's some of the things that we've got going on in our life. We've come to an hour in the show where we're going to share resources, and we're going to get ready to pause and say goodnight.
Okay.
I'll
be right back because I need to get
But-
my favorite thing too.
Go ahead.
I'll
Go
be right
get your
back.
favorite thing. I don't even have a favorite thing
That's
tonight.
all right.
So
This is a new favorite thing.
this is a new favorite thing Heather's going to show you.
It's a weird one.
Let me say this real quick. I'm going to do another commercial for Thrive Life. Thrive Life is getting ready to have a huge sale. There are things that are on that list that are 50% off, easy. 30% off, 20% off. I mean, it's just going to be a huge sale. So if you buy Thrive Life and you like it, check out our Facebook page called Goin Batty Thrive Life. We've got all kinds of things shooting up and down through there. We're doing a terrible job of spamming, I know, but we wanted to get this information out to you because we want you guys to know about the amazing deals. Now, I know our kids are still, jury's out about some of this, but they have peanut flour, and you can turn it into peanut butter.
I'm
It's
going to
on
make
sale.
cookies with it. And
It's
see
amazing.
what I can do.
Yeah.
And, like maybe substitute some of the regular flour
Oh, yeah.
to make
Yeah.
peanut butter cookies.
I love
and
peanut
so
butter
make them
cookies.
more peanut buttery.
Oh, yeah. So I want to say real quick, that sale starts on August 23rd, unless you're a consultant. Consultants get in a day earlier, August 22nd, to get all of those deals. So this is a great time and a great opportunity for you guys to try Thrive Life when you've never tried it before. Or if you are a regular user, get ready. This is going to be a great deal. They've got great things. They also have a couple of new products, one of which I can remember, so let me share it with you. You know how you get the strawberries in a can? They're the strawberry slices. You know,
Yes.
you know what I'm talking about? Well, they have one coming out that has strawberries and bananas combined.
What are they doing up there? It sounds like construction.
Anyway, we're back. They're combined in the same can, so they've got this really cool
Nice.
banana. I like bananas and strawberries. I like that flavor. So if you're anything like me, that'll be a great product. But if you don't, there's a lot of other things for you to check out. They're going to be doing some amazing simple plates. And all of that is on our Facebook page. You just click to the link, and when you go to Thrive Life, make sure we're up in the corner. It says Goin Batty is your consultant, because that helps our family out a lot when you guys are a part of that.
So, thinking of others, wanted us to remind them about Katie's show that she does Saturday.
Right.
She is doing a kind of sewing 101,
Yep.
learning how to sew. So last Saturday it was a live stream, and she did how to read a pattern and how to cut things out. This week she's going to be doing how to pin it together and how to start sewing. So
Yeah. And I want to also say thank you. Thank you for bringing us to 2,000 subscriptions. We have over 2,000 subscribers. So thank you. Because you're willing to go out on a limb and share our channel with other people, and you're doing us a huge favor, because it really helps our family out when you do that. So thank you. 2,000 and okay. So
why
you
don't
do your
read
favorite
what-
thing.
So,
Okay.
So we found this magazine at, Mark's, which is a new grocery store in our area, and it's called Mary Jane's Farm. And what I loved about it is, I know it's backwards, but I'll read it for you here. It says urban farming. And it was really cool because it had articles about this guy who has, he has chickens on his balcony at his office that it's his company that he owns. So, but he has chickens on the balcony which I thought was really cool. And then it had a whole article on, I believe it's how they're taking like places, some places are in other countries, but like rooftop gardening and stuff like that. I believe if I read that they're doing that in Detroit. You know, because there's a lot of places, you know, right here. See, yeah, urban farming, like this picture right here. Let me see.
Sorry.
That's in Michigan. That's in Detroit, Michigan, where they've leveled buildings and they've planted gardens. And I thought, how cool is that? So that's why I got this magazine. I thought it was kind of cool. It's got
What's the magazine's name again?
It's called Mary Jane's Farm.
Mary Jane's Farm.
And so it's got recipes in it. It's got a lot of other stuff in it too. But I just thought that was really kind of cool. Now,
can I see it?
Yeah. This is completely not homesteady, not gardening, not cooking or anything. But I have struggled with, I used to have straight hair, very straight hair. You can ask Kevin. When we got married, I had very straight hair.
It's gone through its waves of straight, curly, straight, curly, straight.
Yeah. So after I had Miles, my hair texture changed. And now I have wavy hair. I don't really have curly hair. I have wavy hair. I've got these big waves, which are really pretty, and I've learned to live with them. But the bane of my existence has been every time I would wash my hair, it would get frizzy.
Okay.
And so guys, you can totally tune me out on this. So ladies here, you know, my hair does not react well to shampoos that have sulfates in it and conditioners that have silicones in it. So I have found, and I have found it at the grocery store, so it's not like $15, $20 a bottle shampoo and conditioner. This is the Not Your Mother's Natural line. And for girls, if you have curly or wavy hair, this stuff is awesome. My hair has been super soft. Like people are saying it's really pretty. This is why. This stuff here, this is why. And so what does that say?
No, you do your thing.
It has been just a lifesaver for my hair. I have it, I don't have to put as much product in it to get it to do what it needs to do. And so yeah, so that stuff, it was like $7 for each bottle, which I know is not like, you know, Suave cheap, but it's also not salon expensive. And even the salon stuff, which is completely fry and dry my hair out. So this stuff has been awesome. So if you're looking for, if you are a curly hair girl or a wavy hair girl and you're like struggling with like every time you wash your hair it gets super duper duper frizzy, this stuff has really, really, really helped. So you know it's backward, right?
Yeah, but it'll come across.
Guys, think about tech stuff.
There's another one before that, but it wasn't that funny either.
Guys, think about cars.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, so that's just my thing. So if you're looking for, you know, because I've actually had people ask me, show me how you do your hair. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
That was after I did my makeup video where Kevin's like, yeah, you should totally do that. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So,
and it's been received very well.
So that's just how I do, you know, I don't do a lot to mine. I put I do put like a mousse in it and I use a little bit of hairspray, but besides that, I don't do a ton to it. But, yeah, so if you're looking for a good, like, non-chemical, like, doesn't have sulfates, doesn't have parabens, doesn't have silicone, doesn't have glutens, doesn't have dyes, and doesn't have phthalates in it, it's for you. So.
Got it.
And I actually think they have others in that line, too. So if you don't have curly hair, they have other shampoos like that in that naturals line. So,
okay.
Ta-da! There we go.
All right, so that is I'm sorry, we've got a resource for you on this whole charity idea that we started with, and so I'm giving that to you because we want to give a little exposure out to charities. The holidays are coming. We want you to be safe in the things that you give to, but a show to watch, which is in the most surprising place, is on Facebook. It's a show. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about Mike Rowe.
Love Mike Rowe. Love him. I
Heather loves him.
I think he's awesome.
I've always enjoyed Dirty Jobs, and I really think that Mike Rowe has that host kind of face.
Yeah.
He's like the perfect host, but for the working man.
Well, and I like him because even in Dirty Jobs, like he wasn't a judgy host.
Right.
It wasn't like, I mean, he's looking at these guys and going, they are doing jobs that a lot of other people don't want to do. And like if you watch him when he's interviewed, he goes, they found joy in it. They have decided that, okay, so everyone is taking this career path. They're all going to college. They're all doing this. They're all doing that. And he goes, and these guys go, well, since they're all a million of them are going this way, I'm going to go this way.
Yeah. So on Facebook, go to your search engine and type in Return the Favor. Return the Favor is a show that he does on Facebook that actually finds these do-gooders, these people that are awesome in the lives of, they're more than philanthropists. They're actually, they're more than that. They are changing people's lives through the work that they're doing. They're solving the problem of food deserts in inner cities. They're solving the problem of relationships between police and the neighborhoods and the gangs and all that. There's all of these different stories about how these adults are changing the lives of kids or the people that they're around, and it's called Return the Favor. And it is amazing. They've done 2 shows in Ohio that we've watched, one in Springfield and one in Canton. And those have been really phenomenal. And the foundation is called Mike Rowe Works, and that in itself does not have a bearing on the other. But they are in a partnership together and do a lot of great things. So check that out.
It was not fair. It was not fair because I come home and we have to do our show in like 15 minutes. And we haven't discussed anything. I was bringing Max home, so I have no clue what's going on. He's like, you got to watch this show. And so I'm sitting down and watching it. I'm like, I'm crying and snotting and everything. And I'm like, you can't do this to me. I have to be on camera in 5 minutes.
It was awesome.
It was good, though. It was really good.
And there's more. I mean, there's more to come. We have not even watched all the episodes. So that's kind of our new resource. And there's some ideas there. And to family, that's what we want. We want you guys putting suggestions down in the comments of charities that we should be looking at. People who are doing amazing work, that are supporting the local areas, and just give them all of that. Give them all that press. Give them all of that support, because what they're doing is phenomenal, and we just encourage that wholeheartedly.
Well, and it's good to see in a world where everything is bad now. Like every time, like we've stopped watching the news because nothing good comes from it. Like if you listen to the news, the world is going to end tomorrow, and everybody's going to tear each other apart. And
that gets to be depressing.
It does. And to watch stuff like this where here's a guy who's going out and finding the people in this world who are making a difference. And and watching that, it gives you hope instead of that it
is called Returning the Favor.
And to know that actually there are more people like that out there in the world than there are what the news is wanting you to believe, where everything is horrible and everything is bad, and everyone is upset, and everyone's feelings are hurt, and these people are actually doing something that matters. Absolutely. And I think that that's wonderful.
Absolutely. And it's not your cookie cutter people either. It's not who you think it would be. There's one of the stories was a cop that's building a program. Another was a lady who collects cans and goes around and gives all the proceeds of collecting those cans to schools. There's another lady who's she takes abandoned lots and turns them into gardens.
I like her.
And then they
gave
gave her a truck, and so she can fill it up with vegetables and go to these different places. All of the vegetables they grow go to charity. All of them get given away. They don't go to charity. They are given away to the people in those neighborhoods so they can have healthy food. And the supermarkets out there are not, they're not doing it. And it's not that they're not trying. It's just there's a limitation. Anyway, we won't go into all that. Watch that. It's
Yeah.
amazing. We have a little bit of a food desert going on around here sometimes.
Well, I mean, we have grocery stores around here, but I guess the thing is that people have forgotten how to grow their own food, and to realize that it actually is not as hard as people think it is.
Yeah.
And you know, for us, there's a little time and prep that goes into it. But once it's going, there's weeding that has to happen and watering that has to happen. But it's not nearly, feeding yourself is not nearly as hard as people think it actually is.
Okay, I have to give this disclaimer real quick. I'm sorry, this is a total interruption. At any point, I could be text and I need to go. I'll need to go. I'm on call tonight, so if you didn't see that at the beginning of the show, if I jump up and I'm out of here, it's because I'm on call, and we're getting ready to wrap the show up anyway. So I wanted to let you guys know that when we do our shows, sometimes I'll be on call and I'll have to leave, and Katie will jump right in.
Yes, Sherry, I would. And I think somebody else asked me if I wanted blackberries. I would be down with that.
Yeah.
So
let's talk about that for a second. What were? Oh shoot, I lost it.
Yes, Sherry, I have no clue what walking onions are, but I would totally try them.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. So anyway,
you'll have to send me instructions because I don't know how to plant them.
I mean, I just had a thought. And
she's super smart and she knows stuff.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah.
But
I lost it.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
I lost it. It's not your fault. I'm totally blanking right now. Yeah, I got nothing.
Well, let's just kind of close things out.
Let's say goodnight.
Yeah.
Let's say goodnight, and if I think of it, I'll make a video about it.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, what we do is typically we pray ourselves out, and that's what we're going to do tonight, because tonight is a great night, and we're glad to be with you. So if you would just join us for a closing prayer, and we'll be done.
Yep.
All right. Father God, thank you for the privilege it is to be in community with these amazing people. God, I pray for their homesteads. I pray for their families, and I ask for your intervention in their life. Continue to bless them and lead them in the direction they need to go as they prepare for the winter, as they get ready for the fall, and as we're starting school. God, just protect. And thank you so much for the privilege it is to walk through life with these amazing people. In your son's name, amen.
Amen.
All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, please, what's the constant YouTube like ending? Please like, subscribe, comment.
Thumbs up.
Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. There's also a little notification bell right about, I think it's right about down here if you've got one of those. Don't forget to share.
Yes, don't forget to share.
That's right. Don't forget to share. We are on Instagram. We are on Snapchat. We are on,
we're on Snapchat
Facebook.
now?
We are on Twitter. We will send smoke signals.
Pigeons. Carrier pigeons. I want to do carrier pigeons.
We don't have carrier pigeons.
How about owls like Harry
Carrier
Potter?
chickens.
We don't have any of that stuff.
Carrier
Hold your
chickens.
breath until the next video.
We'll use carrier squirrels. We'll get rid of the squirrels.
Yeah, we'll start tying little messages to them.
They may not get there,
but it'll be hidden somewhere really well.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. All right. So anyway, lots of love to you too. Thank you so much for watching. As always, more updates as we go.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.